My nephew is running a bunch of cabling in the ceiling for our security cameras, and it's kind of freaking me out. The other day I was home so I could be present while we had a glass shower door installed in our new master bathroom. And I grossly underestimated how long it takes to install a glass shower door. The installers were on time and they did a fantastic job. I just never asked how long this takes. So I had made plans for lunch and for errands in the afternoon. I had all these things that I wanted to accomplish. And as it became clear that I was not going to make my lunch date, that I was not going to be able to leave the house to run these errands, I was getting stressed out, right? I was getting stressed because I had to renegotiate or cancel my lunch date. I ended up having to cancel it. And because I had plans for how I wanted the day to go and it was not working. Like my expectations for the day and the realities that were present were not lined up correctly. And so I'm experiencing this stress and I'm getting frustrated. And I realized in that moment that it was really all invented, right? Like I had made the plans to do the errands. None of them were life-shattering. None of them had to be done. And the lunch was something that I really wanted to do, but it could happen another day and the world would still keep spinning. It wasn't the end of the world if that didn't happen on that day. And thankfully, my friend Tyler is very gracious and rescheduled. But I realized that what I needed to do was to revise my expectations, to renegotiate my plans for the day, given the reality. And so I did a bunch of projects around the house that afternoon instead of running errands, and that freed me up to run errands another time. And while there certainly are things that are difficult or impossible to renegotiate, I have a coaching client who has a final next week that she can't renegotiate. She's got to be ready for that. There are lots of things in our lives that cause us stress because we've planned them and we've invented them and we want them to be a certain way. And when things don't work out the way that we want them to, we get stressed and we get anxious. And so in those moments, it really behooves us to be willing and able to say, hold on. The things that are stressing me out, which parts of these are really worth being upset about because I've really got to accomplish something that is difficult, and which parts can be renegotiated? Which parts am I only anxious about because I decided they should be this way and now they're not, right? The difference in many cases between feeling satisfied and happy and all that good stuff is not something that's happening externally. It's not the events that are surrounding us. It's how we feel about those events and how we feel about the circumstances that we are engaging with. And so the more willing and able you are to say, when my expectations and reality don't align, do I have the opportunity to alter my expectations? Because if I do, if I can make them fit the reality that exists a little more closely, I will probably experience less stress. Not always easy to do, but man, it makes a big difference if you can.